pleasure. Don't forget to hit the like, share, subscribe, and the notification bell so that you will be kept updated for our next live. You guys, we were not planning on jumping back on here, but Biden, we have to show the former president of the United States. He's attending a National Bar Association Gala in Chicago, Illinois, and we're going to critique this. We're going to critique it, so let's get to it.
Come on, come on. The Honorable Mayor of the City of Chicago, Mr. Johnson. Well, good evening, everyone. And welcome to the National Bar Association Centennial Gala. And then, of course, maybe a little biased, welcome to the greatest freaking city in the world, the city of Chicago. In particular, we are so grateful to have the President of the United States of America,
former
Joe
president,
Biden, with us here in Chicago. Mr. President, it is truly an honor to celebrate with you this evening in this great city tonight. Thank you for being here and demonstrating your enduring commitment to our people. Most of all, we thank you for believing in our democracy. Thank you again for your steady hand and your principled leadership across all of the public service roles that you have enjoyed. I hope that during your time here in Chicago, you are reminded of what's possible when we all come together. Now, I'm going to say something that's a little controversial, but not to those of us in this room. Thank you for understanding the incredible assignment of recognizing the power of the submission to a black woman.
Crazy.
For it has always been through the lens of a black woman where our democracy and our humanity has been secure. Now, with that being said, I hope that your visit here this week has given you the opportunity to go beyond downtown and to experience the historic, vibrant neighborhoods. And you've had the experience of our cultures and our foods and of course, sightseeing. If you did not get a chance to see everything, that just means you're going to come back, because I really need you all to continue to spend as much money as possible in this city to help me close this budget gap that I inherited.
You created.
But in all sincerity, Chicago's history and spirit is a spirit of resilience and progressivism. And so these conversations that you have had all week is really a mark and a celebration of who we are as a people. And I would be remiss if I did not acknowledge that the reason why this country was able to say, yes, we can, because someone said, keep hope alive. The Reverend Jesse Jackson is in the room tonight.
All right.
And that's why I believe it's so fitting that we are celebrating the centennial moment and celebrating the progress that we have made thus far because of giants like Reverend Jackson. In closing, I want to acknowledge all of the hard work that you all have done in the legal field, representing us and fighting for us. And so many of us, myself included, I'm not in this position today without that collective struggle. This room truly is the embodiment of the hopes and dreams of our ancestors. And there is more progress that yet still to be determined to achieve. I would argue now that as there's a clear disdain for the progress that we have made, our fight for liberation is now more important than it's ever been. I'll close with this. President Biden at a commencement speak at Howard University a couple of years ago said that the greatest threat to our democracy is white supremacy. He is right. But I also know that the greatest challenge that white supremacy has ever faced is the unyielding spirit of Black liberation. So as judges and attorneys continue to bring unity across our country, to unite for a brighter future for posterity. So once again, congratulations. Enjoy this incredible gala. God bless the city of Chicago, and God bless this great nation. Thank you all very much. Thank you.
At this time, I'd like to call Sheila Boston to the stage to give the invocation.
My brothers and sisters, can we just take a moment to acknowledge the divine and the love and the unity amongst us this evening? Let us pray. God of our weary years, God of our silent tears, thou who hast brought us thus far on the way, thou who hast by thy might led us into the light, keep us forever in thy path, we pray. O great Jehovah Allah, El Shaddai, great Holy One, I am that I am, and God through Jesus Christ.
Have you noticed your auto insurance rates going up? Switching policies can be as simple.
Sorry, you guys. On this channel, it's going to be some interruptions.
Because you first loved us, and it's through you that we move and live and have our being. And so we ask that you, the creator of all, will hear us now as we offer our petitions. Please come and be with us, sup with us, Lord, fellowship with us, and most importantly, bless us. All under the sound of my voice and even beyond, we all have private, silent struggles and prayers. We're all human and none of us is perfect, so please take away our bitterness, envy, jealousy, hunger for power, and all vitriolic thoughts and deeds right now. Hear our prayers, Lord. Someone needs a job. Someone needs a promotion or a raise. Someone needs more clients and business. Someone needs to get over the imposter syndrome. Someone needs to have you remove a particular person, a stumbling block out of their way in the workplace. Someone needs courage. Someone needs physical and or mental healing. Someone may even need to just work a little harder. But whatever the need, we know that you can supply it if we just ask and trust in you. Thank you for these, your people. We gather here as the products of amazing Black men and women, our founders, those who fought for our future and created this, the National Bar Association. Bless their souls as they cheer us on from the balconies of heaven. Bless our present, but also past presidents and other leaders. This is our centennial celebration, Lord. 100 years of perseverance, strength, hope, and faith. Thank you, God. God, please incline thy ear to us. Help us. We implore you today to be with us and to guide us, for we are traversing through extremely dangerous, treacherous, and even demonic evil times. There's an attack on your people, Lord, just like the Israelites in Egypt. Spiritual wickedness in high places, have mercy. Black people in the wilderness called the United States of America are catching Hades, and we need you. Help us be strong, help us be courageous, help us to fight for justice and to do what's pleasing in your sight. Help us to speak up for and protect the voiceless and the least of these. Help us not get weary in doing good. If God be for us, who can be against us? We're more than conquerors. We're the head and not the tail. We have royal African blood running through our veins. And in my religious tradition, we say and proclaim, we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. Thank you, Lord, for the MBA. Thank you for President Wiley Adams. Thank you for President-elect Ashley Utkins, all officers, Board of Governor members, members, region, division, section leaders, all members of this organization who have given of their time,
This
their
is supposed to
talent,
be praying
and their
over
treasures.
food.
Help us to walk together in
She's
unity
doing
and
a
do the work.
sermon.
The work of our
She's doing a
ancestors,
sermon.
speaking truth to power and being America's conscience, having integrity and a strong work ethic. We have work to do, my fellow brothers and sisters. To whom much is given, much is required. We got to strategize, we got to unite. We have to encourage and support and love one another. And let us know with great conviction, we shall overcome someday.
Oh
So
my
now,
God, we're never going to
bless the
overcome like
food.
this.
The hands that prepared it and this fellowship celebration. And I just want to end as I began, simply by praising your holy name. Thank you, God, for your many, 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 many
Oh
countless
my
blessings,
God.
including 100 glorious years
She
of
said
service
3 words
of the
about
National
blessing the
Bar
food.
Association. Thank you and hallelujah, Lord. NBA family, walk together, children. Don't you get weary. Walk together, children.
What
Don't
in
you
the
get
world
weary.
is
Amen.
this?
Amen. Amen.
Amen.
God bless you.
God bless you. You just did a sermon. I've never seen anything like this before. They're going to talk about her. Glad people talk about her.
Please stand for the singing of the Lift Every Voice and Sing.
Black National Anthem. You doing it?
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring, ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of our new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won.
At this time, I welcome to the stage the President of the National Bar Association for the conferral of the Street C. Francis Stratford Award.
Biden is trying to eat. He's like,
Greetings, everyone. I am the 82nd President of the National Bar Association, and I'm from right here in Chicago. It is with pride and deep reverence that I welcome you to a defining moment of our centennial celebration, the presentation of the National Bar Association's highest honor, the C. Francis Stratford Award. Named after our visionary founder, C. Francis Stratford, a pioneering legal mind who helped birth this association in 1925. This award stands as the NBA's highest expression of gratitude and recognition. It is reserved for those whose work in public service have profoundly advanced the cause of justice, democracy, and civil rights, not just in principle, but in transformative action. Tonight, we bestow this honor upon a public servant whose leadership has been tested by history and has consistently risen to meet the moment, the 46th President of the United States, Joseph R. Biden, Jr. President Biden has led our nation through periods of turbulence and uncertainty with steadiness, empathy, and resolve. But more than that, he has demonstrated an unyielding commitment to the values we hold dear: equal protection under the law, the sanctity of voting rights, the legitimacy of an independent judiciary, and the moral imperative of inclusive leadership. He has appointed a historically diverse federal judiciary with more black women confirmed to the bench than under any administration in history. And yes, he gave this nation a landmark gift, the appointment of the first black woman to the United States Supreme Court, Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson. Give it up. And let us not forget another transformative milestone of his administration, the election of the first woman, the first African American, and the first South Asian American Vice President of the United States.
She's not African American. Her father was not African American.
The very foundations of our democracy are under siege, where truth is twisted and justice is too often deferred, President Biden stood firm. In a time when the very foundations of our democracy are under siege, when truth is twisted and justice is too often deferred, President Biden stood with us, and he is acting in ways that have reaffirmed the promise of America. It is only fitting that this award tonight will be co-presented with a man whose own family legacy is etched in the very foundation of the NBA, the grandson of C. Francis Stratford himself, and one of our nation's most respected business leaders and civic champions, Mr. John Rogers, Chairman and CEO of Ariel Investments. John will say one quick word.
Well, thank you. It's a great honor to be here with President Biden,
Former President
my hero,
Biden.
Reverend Jesse Jackson, and just say I really appreciate the opportunity to be able to tell all of you what a great grandfather I had. He was just absolutely extraordinary. He inspired my mom to be a lawyer, and she became the first black woman to graduate from the University of Chicago Law School in 1946. And of course, many people know the story that C.F. Stratford not only argued the Hansberry versus Lee case, but saved his father's life when his father escaped Tulsa after the Tulsa Race Massacre. So I've just been blessed to be part of a magical family. My mom met my dad at the University of Chicago, and coming as he was an original Tuskegee Airman. And so I've been just blessed to be part of a magical family and blessed to be part of your family here today. So thank you so much.
Stick around. Without further ado, let's give a warm welcome to President Joe Biden.
Oh, you forgot his name? Poor dude. I almost feel
Please sit
sorry
down.
for him. He's done.
As far as I'm concerned, fingers are deep. What a great honor to be here. And by the way, before I begin, I wanted to introduce you to the love of my life and the life of my love. My granddaughter went to Penn and got here in graduate school in art. Where were you sitting, babe? Over there, there's my granddaughter. She's all state in 2 sports.
Are men playing against her?
And she's crazy about me. President Adams, thank you for that introduction. And President-elect Ashley Yelkin, thank you for the next president. Congratulations to all the newly elected leadership, especially James Carter. Thanks, James. Thanks. And, Dominique Calhoun, and all of the other past presidents, including my friend Ben Crump. Thank you for doing all you do. You've always been there for me, Ben. And thank you for honoring me with this award. It's a big deal. You're the reason you got me started, not a joke. I've been doing this in an elected office for 52 years now. I know I don't look like I'm 40, but I'm doing it for 52 years. And Mayor Brandon Johnson, thank you for the welcome back to the city. I've been here many times. It's great to be here tonight with so many friends. In 1929, a few short years after the National Bar Association was founded, one of its members, Louis L. Reagan, became the first black lawyer admitted to the bar in my home state of Delaware. He also became a personal friend of mine and a truly influential mentor. He cared deeply about the people of his community. Reagan represented plaintiffs in 2 key Delaware cases that challenged the separate but equal doctrine of Delaware public schools. These cases later joined with others to become Brown versus the board. And Reagan worked on the legal team with Thurgood Marshall to win the landmark Supreme Court cases, leading to the desegregation of American public schools. And so, as president, it was truly an honor to invite the family of the late Louis L. Reagan to the White House and award him posthumously the President's Citizens Medal. Folks, Brown versus the Board of Education was fundamentally a case of who we are as a nation. We're the only country in the world founded on an idea. Every other country is based on geography, religion, ethnicity, but we're based on an idea. A sacred proposition rooted in Scripture and enshrined in our Declaration of Independence, and carved into our hearts. So we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men and women are created equal and deserve to be treated equally throughout their lives. Our Constitution has helped ensure that while we never fully lived up to that idea, we never walked away from it either.
What?
Our Constitution guarantees a set of basic rights to every single American and sets up institutions to safeguard those rights. Next year, we'll celebrate 250 years since the signing of the Declaration of Independence. But all that soaring rhetoric are just words on pages if we, the people, don't uphold them. The lawyers and judges, all of you in this room, are the first and the last line of defense doing just that. I mean it. An informed and engaged bar willing to fight for and take risks to protect our basic rights. A bench prepared to recognize those rights and rule consistent with the Constitution. Our courts are meant to be a valid check on the excesses of other branches of government, especially when Congress and our executive overreach and run afoul of our constitutional and institutional safeguards, as they are doing now. You know, we're here marking 100 years since the National Bar Association was founded to support black lawyers, men and women who were excluded from all professional organizations because of the color of their skin, which was flat out unadulterated racism. Much of us changed since then, thanks to the work of the National Bar Association, and so many of you have fought to make this country live up to its highest ideals because you believe, like we do, in a simple truth. has this fight been so existential to who we are as a nation, with marginalized groups so dramatically under attack. As a young man, long before I understood the civil rights movement in a political context, I understood it in a human context. Because of the friendships I made in the black community, being the only employee in the project, my home city of Wilmington, Delaware. I made friends who became like family.
Stop it.
As I got older
Stop it.
and more engaged,
As you got older, you was the
every Sunday
author
I'd go to
of
7:30
the
Mass
1994
Church, and
crime
then I'd go
bill.
to
That's what you
10
were.
a.m. Mass at the church service at the AME Church across town. In time, I left for law school. When I came back to Wilmington to start my career working for a prestigious law firm. That was June of 1968. And as you all remember, Dr. Sam King was assassinated on April 4th of that same year. Riots erupted in Wilmington, Delaware, my state was segregated by law. Riots erupted, causing significant parts of our city to be literally burned to the ground. The governor kept Wilmington under National Guard occupation for 10 long months. The National Guard was on, and I mean this, and I remember, on every damn corner with drawn bayonet. On every city corner. And historically, it was the longest military operation of any U.S. city since the Civil War. Again, in my hometown, Wilmington, Delaware. When all this was happening, I didn't just see the hurt. I felt the pain because of my close friendships in the community. Like many of you in this room, it caused me to get even more involved in the fight of civil rights and basic democracy. So I decided to leave the prestigious law firm I'd been hired by. And I walked across the town square to become a public defender. I quit my job. I represented mostly black clients in the east side of Wilmington. In 1970, I was convinced to run for the county council because no Democrat ever won that seat. Unfortunately, I won. My sister ran my campaign. And the Republicans saw something I didn't see. I was elected in the 70s for a 4-year term, and they reinforced me to a 2-year term. And since they couldn't find anybody to run for Senate, they asked me to. And I ran for the United States Senate in 72. And I championed legislation to protect civil rights and support marginalized communities. I was then proud to serve as vice president to our first black president, Barack Obama.
Who wasn't for black rights.
I was proud to ask Kamala Harris to run with me, be the first black woman to serve as vice president.
Indian woman.
It was important. As president, I made the cause of civil rights and equality the foundation of everything I did. For example, I promised to have an administration that looked like America and appoint a bench that looked like America. And I kept my promise. I appointed the most demographically diverse slate of judges ever in the history of the United States of America. On top of that list, one of the brightest lawyers I've ever met. Ketanji Brown Jackson, the first black woman on the United States Supreme Court. Justice Jackson, as you witnessed earlier this week, has proven herself to have the wisdom and the character that I saw her when I nominated her. I appointed 13 black women to the courts of appeals of the United States federal courts. More than every other president in American history combined. And there are other historic firsts as well for Hispanic Americans, Asian Americans, Muslim Americans. By the way, I didn't just appoint Ivy League judges. I appointed many HBCU graduates. How many of you in this room went to the greatest HBCU in America? Delaware State, right? They got me started, man. Senators keep giving me the honor of being called a Morehouse man. I'm a Delaware State man. Look, my administration understood the importance of HBCUs. That's why, as president, I invested more money in HBCUs than all other presidents in American history combined.
Liar.
It matters. And I appointed a record number of judges with backgrounds and experience that have long been overlooked by the federal judiciary, like public defenders, lawyers representing labor unions, and the rights of immigrants. And by the way, I was the first president to give the National Bar Association a seat at the table in proposing candidates to the federal bench. So a lot of the names came from you guys. I mean it. I'm serious. I needed to. I still need to. So thanks, everyone. No matter who these men and women were, or where they came from, I'm sure that all my appointments are committed to the rule of law and are highly qualified. Because I know then what I know now. Judges matter. Courts matter. The law matters. And the Constitution matters. I think a lot of Americans are starting to realize that under the pressure we're under now with this guy we have as president. Oh, get ready, folks. This is just starting. I'm proud I've appointed judges doing their best to be independent, fair, and impartial, respecting the rule of law, and upholding the Constitution. I wish I could say the same for the executive branch. It seems doing its best to dismantle the Constitution. Well, I'm being dead earnest, man. Which seems to be what's going on. You know, and they're doing it all too often with the help of a Congress.
Stop spamming or we're going to kick you off the live, Smitty.
And enabled by the highest court in the nation. The rulings they made. My God. Folks,
get rid of them.
In our lives, the life of our nation, there are moments so stark that they divide all that came before from everything that followed. Moments that force us to confront hard truths about ourselves, our institutions, and democracy itself. We are, in my view, at such a moment in American history, reflected in every cruel executive outreach, every rollback of basic freedoms, every erosion of long-standing established precedent. We see the law firms bowing to pressure, bending to bullies, instead of staying rooted in justice and the law, including some of the largest newspapers in America. We see the apparent glee some of our politicians express while watching immigrants who are in this country legally, torn from the arms of the family, dragged away.
They're not here legally.
And the only home they've ever known.
This is not the only home. They're from other countries.
This administration. It has been to ease all the gains we've made in my administration. To erase
destroy this
history rather than make it. To erase fairness, equality, to erase justice itself. And that's not hyperbole, that's a fact. Look, folks, you can't sugarcoat this. These are dark days, but you're all here for the same reason.
These are
that's the
motto of the Democratic Party. It's always dark days.
Because our future is literally on the line. We must be unapologetic in fighting for the future. To paraphrase,
always telling that to black people.
To paraphrase Frederick Douglass, there is no progress without struggle. And I would add, there is no progress without courage. None. Right to the Civil Rights Movement, when Dr. King and Rosa Parks and John Lewis and other giants in our history need a lawyer for the fight for freedom. They called on a guy named Fred Gregg. He's here tonight. Fred, I don't know where you are, but stand up, man. Fred was one of the most important civil rights lawyers in our history. Fred's legal brilliance desegregated schools, secured the right to vote for so many.
Reading a teleprompter.
I was honored to invite Fred to the White House and bestow on him the nation's highest honor, the President's Medal of Freedom. Folks, as a reminder that American history from its start has been a constant push and pull. It's a battle that's never over. As my late friend John Lewis used to say, democracy is a state, not an act. Let's remember that in America, the power belongs to the people. And the way to show that power is by voting. We need everybody to vote. We need everybody to count. So let's reach out to family and friends and neighbors. Let's help them register to vote. And let's remind them, without voting, nothing is possible. With voting, everything's possible. Folks, let me close with this. When President Johnson signed the Civil Rights Act of 1964, he said the following. Hey guys.
You know, the thing about it is that the Democrats opposed all of it.
Freedom would
I have a lot to say after his speech.
fought to renew and embrace its meaning. It's literal. I taught con law for 10 years in law school. I'd always say that. Every generation has obligation to defend it. But I never, even though I was a city senator at the time, believed we'd get to this
He's
point.
going to his Batman voice.
So let me say it directly to the young lawyers in this room. It's time for you to renew the enlarged list of names. It's time for you to lead the fight. It is. As you close the chapter on the National Bar's first 100 years and chart a course for the next century, it's not enough to honor the heroes that came before us. We need new heroes now. No, we do. We need you to follow in their footsteps. When I was elected, I had the dubious distinction to be elected the youngest senator in American history and the oldest president in American history. It's hell turning 40 twice. Look, some of your potential candidates for office. And when I got elected as the youngest person, I got elected before I could be sworn in. Everybody, and I beat a really very popular guy. Nixon won my state with 60% of the vote. I won by a rousing 3,200 votes. And they'd say, what's your secret? What was the secret? There always had to be some secret. And I always told them the same thing, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart. Same thing. You got to know what's worth losing an election over. What are you willing to stand for? What are you willing to fight for? So let me tell you what that means. To all of you here tonight, those just starting out your careers, and those who've been fighting a good fight all your lives. It means take the client. You can't write a big check that needs protecting the basic fundamental rights. It means sign on to that brief that may draw the ire of people in power, but you know it's the right thing to do.
Isn't it his bedtime?
It means standing firm against unconstitutional actions designed to intimidate you. It means write the article, give the speech, lead the protest, defend the ideas your country is founded on to protect our institutions, to fight for the soul of the nation. Summon the courage, like all those elders here before you did, the people in this room, to commit acts large and small, to bend the arc of the moral universe toward justice, as Dr. King would say. Needs a lot of bending, folks. There's been nothing in the course of our country's history that we haven't been able to accomplish. We stood together. The only nation in the world with a significant student in history that's come out of every crisis we've got into stronger than we went in. We have to remember who the hell we are. We're the United States of America. There's nothing beyond our capacity. We do it together. So God bless you all. May God bless the United States of America. We've got a lot of work to do, folks. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
That was painstaking. And sorry about the cameraman. I don't know what was going on with the cameras. But when we saw that Biden, it was a guest for the National Bar Association. This is their 100-year gala in Chicago, and they had the audacity to have the worst mayor in the country's history with that Mayor Brandon. He's disgusting, and he doesn't fight for Americans. He fights for illegals, just like the governor. But we want to show who Biden is, talking about how they've been fighting for equal rights, the civil, we're going to show who Biden really is. You know, to get up there and always acting like we're so down and out. And they're so happy to have this man that was the author of the 1994 crime bill that caused mass incarceration of black people. That meant that they're talking about ripping families apart. Well, that's what happened to black Americans with their 1994 crime bill. That they talk about non-citizens claiming they're being ripped from their families, but it happens every day in the United States of America to Americans. So it's just so amazing.
It's truly disturbing.
It was so disturbing to hear all those lies, and like it was something to cheer about, and they just wanted to emphasize. She like Kamala Harris. He submitted to her. She's the first black vice president, and African American president. Her family is not African American. They from India.
He was bringing up other things he so-called done for black people, like the HBCUs and the Supreme Court, I believe, and different things like that. Like he's been a help to the black community. He's been the worst.
They fought against the Civil Bills Act. They fought against it. He fought against it. The Democrats fought against the Civil Bill Act. They fought against it, the Civil Rights Bill. And it's just so disturbing to hear them continue to lie to black Americans like the Democrats was on board. I'm gonna play this freaking Biden. We're gonna read that 1990. What they did to black Americans. What?
Someone said you're half.
The president is very, very straightforward and simple. He knows there are two basic steps here. One step is you must take back the streets. And you take back the streets by more cops, more prisons, more physical protection for the people. He also understands what my friend from Texas understands, and doesn't talk a lot about, but he signed on to in this bill. He also understands the need to keep people who are first-time offenders, who are non-violent offenders, or who are potential first-time offenders who haven't gotten, I yield myself an additional 3 minutes, who in fact are people who are getting themselves into the crime stream for the first time, that they should be diverted from the system. So I hope this crime bill, when it passes, the Biden-Hatch crime bill, as it becomes law, God willing, I hope that we will have ended, once and for all, this notion that is a hangover from the 60s, that somehow Democrats are weak on crime, and Democratic presidents are weak on crime, and Republicans are tough on crime. The truth is, every major crime bill since 1976 that's come out of this Congress, every minor crime bill has had the name of the Democratic senator from the state of Delaware, Joe Biden, on that bill, and has had a majority vote of the Democratic members of the United States Senate on the bill. So one of the things I want to do in addition to ending crime is end the political carnage that goes on when we talk about crime. Crime is not Democrat or Republican. Making the streets safe is not a Democratic or Republican issue. This is one of those issues I hope this passage of this bill will be taken out of the gridlock category and moved into an emerging consensus. And the consensus is as follows, and I will cease when I finish this statement. The consensus is A, we must take back the streets. It doesn't matter whether or not the person that is accosting your son or daughter or my son or daughter, my wife, your husband, my mother, your parents. It doesn't matter whether or not they were deprived as a youth. It doesn't matter or not whether or not they had no background that enabled them to become socialized into the fabric of society. It doesn't matter whether or not they're the victims of society. The end result is they're about to knock my mother on the head with a lead pipe, shoot my sister, beat up my wife, take on my sons. So I want to ask, what made them do this? They must be taken off the street. That's number one. There's a consensus on that. The Democratic chairman of the Judiciary Committee, the Democratic president of the United States of America, the Democratic attorney general, the Republican leader of this effort, Senator Hatch, the Republican senator from Texas. We all agree on that. Now we can find some fringe folks in the study groups on the right wing and left wing, libertarians and left wingers in my party who say no, that's not what we should do. But politically, that consensus has been arrived at. I acknowledge there was not that consensus in the 60s. There is today. There's a second thing that we all have agreed upon, and that is unless we do something about that cadre of young people, tens of thousands of them, born out of wedlock, without parents, without supervision, without any structure, without any conscience developing, because they literally, I yield myself 3 more minutes, because they literally have not been socialized. They literally have not had an opportunity. We should focus on them now, not out of a liberal instinct for love, brother, and humanity, although I think that's a good instinct, but for simple, pragmatic reasons. If we don't, they will, or a portion of them will, become the predators 15 years from now. And Madam President, we have predators on our streets that society has, in fact, in part because of its neglect, created. Again, it does not mean because we created them that we somehow forgive them or do not take them out of society to protect my family and yours from them. They are beyond the pale, many of those people. Beyond the pale. And it's a sad commentary on society. We have no choice but to take them out of society. And the truth is, we don't very well know how to rehabilitate them at that point. That's the sad truth. You're looking at the fellow who was one of the primary architects of the Sentencing Commission. You know what the basic premise of the Sentencing Commission is? I know the presiding officer knows. It was the first time in 80 years we rejected the notion that the condition of sentencing must be related to how long it would take to rehabilitate. I'm the guy that said rehabilitation, when it occurs, we don't understand it and notice it. And even when we notice it and we know it occurs, we don't know why. So you cannot make rehabilitation a condition for release. That's why in our system, the federal system, you serve 85% of your time. I remember when it was going on, when I was making these arguments in the late 70s, they used to call it Biden's same time for the same crime provision. It's a shame, but we don't know how to rehabilitate. But there is a consensus, and I will cease. A, We must make the streets safer. I don't care why someone is a malefactor in society. I don't care why someone is antisocial. I don't care why they become a sociopath. We have an obligation to cordon them off from the rest of society, try to help them, try to change their behavior. That's what we do in this bill. We have drug treatment and we have other treatments to try to deal with it. But they are in jail, away from my mother, your husband, our families. But we would be absolutely stupid as a society if we didn't recognize the condition that nurtured those folks still exist. And we must deal with that. And I think there's a consensus among Republicans in that. Old barbed wire Republican conservatives must want to hang them high. Even those folks are saying, hey, we got to deal with the root cause of this. Not one or the other, but separately. And liberal Democrats who used to say, let's look at the sociological underpinnings of why this occurred, and we have to, they're now saying, hey, look, we got to take back the streets. We'll make that fight later. So there is a consensus. I hope the remainder of the discussion, as we close out the debate in this bill, we can end that whole fight. We can put it behind us. Hopefully we have, the senator from West Virginia said this is a historic moment on this bill. A consensus being reached. I think it is, but I think it's a historic moment for a political reason as well. Hopefully we will end the discussion about whether or not...
See, that right there is who that bastard is, Joe Biden. And what he caused was mass, that 1994 crime bill that I think that was put in law and signed by, at the time, President Clinton, that caused mass incarceration of black fathers, brothers, cousins, nephews. And when you take them out the household, then who's there to rear your children? Then black mothers were left with rearing their children from their jobs because they had to hold down the fort. So the kids were then left to the streets. And then the streets had them because the kids wanted the Jordans, the Kobe's, the Steph Curry's. They want the name brand. They want the jewelry. And then they go in front of a judge because Joe Biden said that they're beyond the pale, they're predators, to get rehabilitation. We don't care about them not having a father, being abused, parents on drugs, burning them, putting cigarettes out on them. We don't care about any of that. All we know is that my mother, my father, someone is going to be on the street, and we just need to lock them up and throw away the key. Lock them up and throw away the key. But that sentiment, and we have, black people have never committed crimes like what's going on now with the illegal immigrants who are even non-citizens. They have total protection. They can kick, punch, knock your mother out, your sister out. The same people, they could do whatever, and they're being, and rape them, and they're being catch and release.
Can't forget you saying they're beyond rehabilitation.
Beyond rehabilitation. And he's gonna have the audacity last election, he's gonna sit with a black father, no mother there. They always want to find a black family that's not complete. He's gonna bring a bucket of chicken. While he had a hamburger, and he was astonished that the black children had aspirations, goals, and they were doing extremely well in school. Your brain is the same color as everyone has the same color brain. The only difference is our pigmentation is different, but all our brains are the same color. We all have the same abilities and God-given right that he's given us. But they associate how bright you are by your skin color when your brain is the same color and the same capabilities.
I wish that.
I'm angry. Y'all don't know how angry I am when I see what I have realized, what the Democratic Party has gaslighted the black community into believing that bullshit, and you got all them damn lawyers sitting up there that should be educated. And they cheering her on, and like he did something like we still singing the song, "We shall overcome." I mean, come on now.
That goes to my point that I
Go
wish
ahead.
that every black person in America could see that video, because 93% of black people still vote for that party that has been completely against the black population and race. But I wish everyone could see that video and actually do research and see what this party and Joe Biden has done to the black
Speak,
community.
young man. We weren't, this is our third video live. We weren't going to jump on it till I saw Joe Biden. You know he had a teleprompter. You didn't see the beginning when they had his granddaughter, someone else had to escort him out. They were announcing him and he wasn't coming out. And they kept on trying to announce out. They let him out, to his seat. And it's just astonishing what we would do as a community. We want this former president that has caused so much harm. He's been in the Senate and he was a vice president and president. He's been in service for over 52 years. And he has done so much damage, not just to the black community, but to America, to all of us. He's the worst president that has ever existed for the United States. These open borders, we haven't seen the worst. All those cells that are hiding, 350 terrorists that are hiding, they've been plotting and planning for years. We got 54,000 nationalists, military-aged men from China. We got jails emptied out. We got all these gangs. They have had years to hide, to plan, and to strike. So all this little immigrant stuff that you see ICE doing, they can hit every freaking state, these people, and cause so much harm. We have no idea how unsafe that presidency has caused America for the future of our children.
And looking up the 1994 crime bill, it says that it also contributed to mass incarceration, disproportionately affecting black Americans. It funded more prisons, it encouraged longer sentences, and expanded the death penalty.
Read that and the name.
Is that America? Yeah, Make America Great Again. Astro Young. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
But you heard me, Mom?
Yeah. That 19 years, disproportionately, that meant lock us up. There are people that are still in jail because of what he did, what he has done. And they want to run this Democratic leadership, those bastards want to run to these detainment centers where they got air conditioning, where they're being fed, clothed, tickets, they could go home because they're not Americans. They have countries to go back to. They got criminals that should be in prison that get to go back home. They're for rape and murder since they've been in our country. And we're funding it. And they run to see about their welfare, run to American prison and see what's happening in our American prisons to our Americans that are being over-sentenced and charged with crimes that they haven't committed. Go find out about them. Go find out about the abuse that's going on in jail, about the rapes that are happening every day. What they're doing, and they're putting kids in prisons with men, and they're being raped and tormented. They have rights too, Talking about rights. Y'all want more people who are non-citizens to have rights than American citizens. When you commit a crime, you serve your time, but you're not supposed to be over-sentenced because of the color of your skin or your ethnicity.
Jack, that has nothing to do what this stream is about. This stream is about what Joe Biden has done to the black people.
And black people, we always rolling out the red carpet. But here go Mayor Brandon, who has done so much harm to the residents of Chicago. His constituents are freaking so upset. They voted that fool into office, and he has failed them. He has put illegal immigration over them, put them in their communities, taking away their schools, using their taxpayer dollars, and they keep charging up. They can't even do anything. They don't do anything for the people that elected him.
What is about what the Democrat Party has done to black people?
Read the list. Where's your phone? Read this, because you know what? The truth is going to come out, because we've been lied to, we've been gaslighted, we've been bamboozled, and we still have these supposed to be educated people who are going to sit up there and won't acknowledge the harm that this party continues to do to black people.
This is why Jesse Jackson was against the Democratic Party.
Why in the hell, if you have a Democrat president, Congress, House, that we didn't get any anti-hate crime bills for black Americans, but they gave one to the Asians? They didn't even campaign for you. They got one. What happened to the George Floyd crime bill? What happened to John Lewis? They've been in power. How come the black people still supposed to be staying on Section 8 or food stamps or whatever the case may be? They just want people to be suppressed, like we always fighting for our rights when they the ones that are keeping us down. We are articulate, intelligent, movers and shakers. We're smart. And we got these people talking about people like free stuff. Oh, well, you can get free food. That's how Madani was winning the election in New York. All you gotta do is tell people free. Free. And that stops their progress. You got to work and earn a living. That's how you gain respect. That's how you appreciate when you could go into the store and buy your first brand new car, or buy your first apartment or your house. You got to get out here and use your God-given abilities. And that's all of us, and that's the same color for everyone. Opportunity. These people have lied. You already had the list. These people have lied to us so much. And they got him sitting in there because they got the former president. We got the former president. Oh my God. I am so disgusted. Number one, support for slavery. Pre-Civil War era. In the 1800s, the Democratic Party, particularly in the Southern wing, strongly supported slavery. Democrats. Many Democratic politicians were slave owners and resisted the abolish movement. Sorry, you guys, I'm tired. This is my third live. The Democrats opposed anti-slavery legislation and upheld the Fugitive Slave Act of 1850, which forced the return of escaped enslaved people. Did you hear that? That was the Democrats. The Democrats opposed anti-slavery legislation and upheld the Fugitive Slave Act of 1850, which forced the return of escaped enslaved people. Democrats. Opposition to Reconstruction and Black Rights, 1865 to 1877. After the Civil War, Democrats largely opposed Reconstruction policies that granted rights and protections to formerly enslaved black people. Southern Democrats fought the Freedmen Bureau, which was designed to help black Americans with education, employment, and legal rights. They worked to reestablish white dominance through the laws and intimidation. Democrats. Creation and enforcement of Jim Crow laws. Guess who's behind that? From 1800s to mid-1900s, Southern Democrats led the creation of Jim Crow segregation laws, which enforced racial separation and inequality. These laws disenfranchised black voters through poll taxes, literacy tests, etc., and denied them equal access to education, jobs, and justice. Democrats. Dixiecrats and resistance to civil rights, 1940s and 60s. The Dixiecrats, a group of Southern Democrats, broke away from the National Party in 1948 in protest of civil rights policies. Many prominent Democrats from Southern opposed school integration, civil rights laws, voting rights protections. Senator Robert Byrd, a former Klansman, and other Democrat lawmakers filibustered the Civil Rights Acts of 1964, through was eventually passed with bipartisan support. The Republicans pushed the Civil Rights Act. The Democrats spent 70 days, they not even tell you, filibustering the passing of the Civil Rights Act, which eventually passed. They was trying to stop the passing of the Civil Rights Act. But they the ones that walk around talking about we shall overcome. Like they were behind us achieving that bill being passed. It was the Republicans. Welfare and dependency argument, 1960s to present. Critics argue that some democratic social programs, while well-intended, created a long-term dependency in the low-income black communities. For example, aspect of welfare policies like those in Great Society programs have been criticized for contributing to the breakdown of black families by de-insensitizing 2% households through this debate among economics and historians. The 1994 crime bill, signed by Democratic President Clinton, the Violent Crime Control and Law Enforcement Act, which is widely criticizing for accelerating mass incarceration, especially of black men. They talking about ripping. Our people have been ripped from our families, since slavery. 1994 crime bill did the same thing, but they crying about, oh, well, they were working, some of the illegal immigrants, they're being ripped from their families. Obama did it. It happens to black people every day. The bill expanded prison funding, encouraged states to adopt harsher sentencing, included a 3-strike provision. Harsher citizens. This was done to black men. So any black man that have the audacity, that want to fight like Democrats have been doing stuff for us, you need to take several seats and learn. Look it up. Ask Google, Chat, Siri. Ask Ground News. Freaking open a book. While the Democratic Party has played a major role in advancing civil rights since the 1960s, the earlier history includes direct and indirect harm to black Americans, supporting slavery and segregation, opposing civil rights reforms, and more recently endorsing policies like the 1994 crime bill Biden that had unintended negative consequences. That's the Democratic Party. I thought it was the Republican Party. That it was Jim Crow, Ku Klux Klan, Civil Rights Act, 1994 crime bill. It's the Democrats. And they've been brainwashing us to vote for them. When they have been in office, they do everything to suppress us, keep us needy, keep us down and out, and lie to us. And we keep opening up the door. Come on in, stomp on us more. And then they get the black celebrities and politicians like a Jasmine Crockett, Al Sharpton, Jamal Bryant, who wants to be a Dr. Martin Luther King wannabe, D.L. Hughley, Beyonce, Oprah Winfrey. They get all these people to try, and Roland Martin, Hakeem Jeffries. They give us these faces, and Obama, former President Obama, was not for the black community. He was put in office to establish the LGBTQ community. Same-sex marriages. He did nothing for black people. So when you see a black politician, don't ever think that they're for the black community. Many of them aren't. is all about the Benjamins. It's always about power. And these people need to be exposed, and I hope to God in 2028 that we look at policy, stop voting straight down ballot for Democrats, and let them earn our votes. If you're not going to do anything for us, you don't have anything to say for us. But we are not going to be continuing to vote for a party that have lied to us all these years like they were helping us. And it was the Republicans that Trump that did the First Step Act. It was Trump that gave to the HBCUs more than all the other administrations. It's Trump that's working on special provisions for HBCUs to really bring them up higher, because he realized that for America to do well, we all have to do well as one nation under God. Indivisible and justice for all. All of us have to.
Yeah, it's sick.
I am so tired.
It's sick.
Once I found out, it's on, dog.
Yeah, it's sickening.
It's on.
It's sickening to see black people sit up there and smile in his face.
Smile.
And people on the stream, they hear everything you just said and still just brush right past that. Like, oh,
It doesn't matter. As long as black people hear it. Because, see, they want to keep us on that plantation. They want us to be down and out. They don't want to, because like it's true. The truth will set you free.
Oh, thanks, John. He said, great job, guys.
The truth will set you free. But we had to jump back on it because to see that man get up there and these black people still cheering this crap on. And Kamala Harris, she realized that she's done. She like, I don't know what they got on her, but she like, I'm out of politics entirely.
I bet John meant to ban this other guy.
But anyway, you guys, we're not going to prolong this, but that just went through, just went through me. It just went through my skin. When I saw this man up there, teleprompter and all, like he's been fighting for us, and he was the cause of mass incarceration. He was against the Civil Rights Act. Probably for Jim Crow. This is ridiculous. See, when you don't know history, see how they could change their narrative? He was against everything that he was talking about. Like he was for black people all along.
That's the thing. That's why I said the Republican Party really needs more black people part of the party.
Need more black people.
Besides just Byron.
Yeah. And West, I think Wester or West or something like that. He's talking about Rick Scott, yeah, and Ben Carson, and they got Senator Scott. But it's ridiculous. We had enough of this nonsense. The truth is going to set us free. And they're going to lose. They want to gain the illegal immigrants. You're going to lose at least half of the black vote. We out.
Oh, thanks, Kevin. Kevin said you're winning. You two woke up. Maybe one day Jack will.
Hey, Jack. We like, yeah, Jack. We like him on. He always trying to go against us, but it's okay. We love you too, Jack.
Jack.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a stream without you.
Oh, that's so nice, Liberty Bell. Liberty Bell said, you raised an awesome, strong, intelligent son who's brave enough to speak up for his country. We need more of this in America.
Yeah, I think we probably the only streamers that are for the Republican Party that's a mom and a son. Yeah, and we're black. We're unusual. But there's going to be a lot more of us out here. I'm an activist and I advocate.
Hey, do y'all know how hard it was for me when I was just for Trump?
To convince me.
My mom was
to convince me because I'm a legislative director, director of, you want to read that?
Yeah, he said WK Prospect and said Trump is for America, the word.
Yeah, God is good. Yeah, my son, like he had to convince me. I was busy. You can look at my videos. You'll see me with Trump. I was with Biden. Welcome to see giving the president, just talking to Biden and everything. It was a big convention that we had. I wrote speeches, but I had someone else read it, like my daughter. And you know, just do everyone in the party, Trista Washington, the whole 9 yards, sit around the executive board, that's me. And I was giving rallies, doing speeches, the whole 9 yards, canvassing, phone banking to get Biden elected because of the promises that he made. And I'm like, okay, he was Obama's vice president. I know he's going to give us an anti-hate crime bill. Nah, dog, he didn't do crap.
I mean, Obama didn't do it.
Yeah, Obama didn't do it. So I don't know. We just know vote straight Democrat. That's how we are, black people. And I couldn't believe that my son was for Trump. He couldn't even vote yet. He like told the boy, he ordered Trump hat, he had the hats and everything. I threw that crap in the trash. My mom was laughing at it. She was cracking up because she know how adamant, you know, that I was about getting Biden elected. But then you'll see my newer video when Trump was running, and I'm saying that I supported Biden, I campaigned for Biden, but not Trump. Like, I was like, forget that. It's like Trump.
You could tell them how you got convinced and how the Democrats convinced you to be on a Democrat, like the mainstream media against Trump.
Oh yeah, well the mainstream media is power of their influence. They tell us what to think, just like they give you talking points. They're more influential than the politicians. Because when you're just watching MSNBC, CNN, ABC, CBS, Meet the Press, Morning Joe, Rachel Maddow, I mean, every show that the Democrats had, I was on it. That's all I watched, nonstop. I wouldn't dare watch Fox News or anything outside of that because they're white supremacists. And you know some of them are racist, but they're racist too in the Democratic Party, as we found out. As we found out who started Ku Klux Klan, you know, the ones that was hanging and lynching black people. So that being said, it's like a rude awakening. And my son, like, people think that no, he was the Republican. But see, I'm a communicator. Once I got on board, it's a done deal. And one thing I realized about the Republicans, they're not as vocal. They need to tell people what they have done for the black people. They need to let us know. They need to run more commercials. They need to get the word out. They allowed the Democrats to lie for years to black people like they were our saving grace, and they are not. And right now, the good thing about it is that all Americans, we all in it together, because now they treating y'all like black people. They prioritize the illegal immigrants over everybody. So, welcome to the party. Yeah, welcome to the party. Now all Americans get treated like that. You know, you last on the totem pole. You do what they do and see how many years you get in jail.
Van Hollen stuff like
Van Hollen and Jasmine and AOC, and now I thought they couldn't go any lower. Then they got Madani. Now he's talking about he don't even want police in New York, and now he's trying to backtrack after that cop got killed or whatever. He said that the cops are they are racist. They attack everyone. There are some racist cops. We ain't gonna lie about that. But you gotta have law enforcement, and you're going to put them into a sanctuary city, and you saying you want social workers? Nah, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. Gotham City without Batman on a whole nother level.
Oh, that's a good point what King David said, 777, like that number. He said, can't let the Democrats hold some moral high ground after what they've done to America.
Right. That's why I got mad about Biden's speech. Like, they have done so much. They have destroyed this country. We haven't seen anything yet. The repercussions of that administration is going to reveal itself as the years to come. And thank God Trump is in office, because he's going to put a stop to whatever they're trying. They got the right one in office, because he's not going to play with them. He's not going to play with them. They wanted to let them overrun Los Angeles and come and take over our cities, our law enforcement, and you're not even a citizen? And you're going to overturn the United States of America, right, after we have done everything for you. Giving you everything. Giving them homes, shelter, luxury apartments, SNAP, education, Medicaid, Medicare, some of them on Social Security. They've been here less than 4 years. Everything for them. And see, when you don't earn it, there's no respect. That's why they was burning the American flag. Yeah, we over that. We're over that. And Biden, he needs to just go back to the beach and enjoy his summer.
Well, like you said, I wish
Right.
the Republicans were more vocal, and there was
Republicans
protests.
need to be more vocal.
There was protests for Biden. There was not one protest for the horrendous job Joe Biden was doing.
Yeah, they want to protest Trump trying
Every day.
fixing the country back, and they see everything he's doing. He's trained. He does a news conference every day.
We got the No King protest.
And everybody better be transparent like he's been. Future presidents. Yeah.
Yeah.
Biden did all this. Not one. I ain't hear nothing. Obama locked up more. He the immigrant and deporter in chief. Not one protest. Trump come in there trying to get. Now we got criminals because they opened up the way. This is before Trinidad Arago and MS-13 gangs and the cartel and the terrorists, all that. And he can't even get them out without the Democrats. Oh, they're just trying to. No, they need to go. They broke the law.
They say due process.
Yeah, and they fight for people that have committed crimes since they've been here. It's unbelievable. It's unimaginable. But anyway, you guys, we're going to jump off. Thank you for...
Gloria, that's because Joe Biden has destroyed this country.
She'll
That's
get the
why
memo.
we're talking about Joe Biden.
Oh, because he's no longer the president. Since January the 20th, the problems he gave us don't go away. And thank God, did the Democrats work on inflation that they caused and the high interest rates and the open borders? They didn't do nothing
They said why?
to undo the shit they did.
They said why does Joe Biden live rent free in our heads?
No, he lived rent-free in this damn country. In this country. Oh, want to cry about Trump, but don't cry about... Be honest about what these people have done. We welcome immigrants, but not 10 million and 14 million in 4 years.
Illegal.
It's unsustainable. Do you know we in debt for 36 trillion? Are you aware of that? We don't have endless money. It's crazy. But anyway, I gotta get off. I don't have time for people in bubble land.
Yeah, that
Can't do it tonight.
That comment was aggravating.
Yeah, but I don't even know why you gave it any energy. You shouldn't even have read it. Don't even, unless they super chat, don't read it. Anything they got to say like that. Because we lived through that nonsense.
Just because they wrote it in all cash, all these.
It doesn't matter. Don't give them that time of day. So anyway, you guys, we jumping off. We got to get on there because I'm so pissed off. We're going to be uploading a lot. Because we're going to make sure the black people wake the hell up. They got to wake up and learn your history. Learn who did all these things to us. The Democrats.
Oh, WK Prospecting said, love you guys. Love you too.
I am so pissed that I've been supporting them as long as I've been old enough to vote and didn't know any better. I'm mad about that. Only because I didn't do my research and I didn't look up policies. I just did. We don't even look. We just go blindly into the voting booth and we just vote for Democrats. No matter who it is, no matter, they know that they can guarantee, they can count on us. Just like the last election, 93% of us.
How's that so, Corey? Like, please explain yourself. How's that so? Enlighten me.
What happened?
You want me to read his comment?
Not if it's worth, no. If it's not, don't get me upset. If it's not worth my time and energy.
And Susie said a good point. Yeah, that's exactly why. And what Biden did, we can't forget, to the black race.
And see, that's what hurt us. Because they push that aside and nobody's been talking about it.
Oh,
What?
WK Prospecting donated. He said, I don't care what color you are. Love you.
I love you
Love you too. Thank
God
you.
bless you.
God bless you.
Yeah, it's like, it's a lot of work we have to do because we've been misled and Trump right now is a blessing to this nation because we were really messed up here. And we got to stay on top of everything, and we got to make sure that we wake people up. You know, the Democratic Party is anti-American. They're not for Americans. They're for non-citizens. And we need to put, when we cast our votes, we need to vote for people who are going to look out for our benefit. That's the whole point of voting, is so that they are going to implement policies and laws that's going to make it better for you and your families.
Corey, why you so in your feelings, dude?
But anyway, you guys, don't forget to hit the like, share, and subscribe, the notification bell, turn that on so you'll be notified when we do updates and you join our content. Please don't forget to share.
Eric.
What?
Eric said Jack be tripping.
Oh, he's still at it,
Yeah,
Jack. He a regular. I don't know why you don't become a member, Jack.
Johnny Five says, stand strong. I love all my fellow patriots. Stay safe.
Thank you.
Thank
You
you.
as well. God bless everybody on here, and we welcome. We don't expect everyone to agree. This is America. We can agree to disagree, but it's good to communicate. Go ahead.
Yeah, Corey. I think you got President Trump mixed up with Joe Biden. No, with Joe Biden, he would throw you in jail.
Yeah, Joe Biden did throw black people in jail. That's why we upset. Exactly. Trump didn't throw black people in jail. He didn't have laws with mass incarceration. He did the First Step Act to get us out of jail. How about that? How ironic is that?
Yeah, he said one day Trump's going to throw us in jail.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Nobody can outdo the Democrats. Nobody. They started in the 1800s doing crap. They were against. They wanted to keep us enslaved.
Kamala was locking black people.
Yeah, her too. She tried to get bodied. She tried to have people on death row that didn't commit crime. She was just as bad. But anyway, you guys, we get ready to go. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for donating to our channel. We do appreciate it. We're building. I do have another channel called Pray Till All Until All Here. Pray Till All Here. And that's going to be more about prayer and just about, I don't know how to do the channel yet. God has to lead me. But I do have another channel,
God
and it's going to be
bless you too,
devoted
Liberty.
towards uplifting people and prayer and maybe doing devotions and showing different ministries and having conversations. What?
You can finish.
Yeah, we have an Instagram, Speak the Truth 2.0 on Instagram. And what else do we have? And membership. Become a member.
Yeah. No, I was laughing at Jet's comment. Everyone's going at Jack.
What do you say now?
He said, Jet said, Jack wants to be saved so bad. That's why he's in Trump's channel every time. You're like, why do you
Oh, y'all know he's here then. Okay. Okay. Yeah, he's one of our.
He's a regular.
Yeah, we got to. I guess we get a crown or something. Yeah, Jack, he's a regular. So.
Shirley. Good joke. Corey, you don't know who you're talking to.
What, you ready to go?
Stay on for like 5 more minutes.
Okay, yeah, you enjoying yourself.
Where you going? Man, she left me here by myself. Just reading some of the comments. I don't know what Charlotte's talking about. I was reading some of the comments. Yeah, bro, it's so sad to see black people feeling towards Joe Biden. It's like people support him that are
That's
black.
because we don't know our history. We don't understand the harm that he has done to the black community. If you remove the head out of a household, then the family is not is going to collapse, and that's what they did. He was talking about they over sentenced black men. If you rule for anything, that you went before any judge or whatever, that you just got time. You know, because he said just to lock black people up, they're beyond rehabilitation, beyond beyond the pill. Super predators, you're unsafe if black people are out on the street. It was like he did so much harm, and then they had Clinton had the audacity. He made it even worse. Clinton, we got to go into Clinton. The one who was at Epstein Island 28 times, Mr. Oval Office Clinton, Monica Lewinsky Clinton, and he had a few other girlfriends too. So this dude was a pervert, and nobody says anything about that. Yeah, he signed into law, but he made it even worse. And we'll talk about Bill Clinton next.
Why do you say that, Marco? Corey said, these are real complaints. I agree with that, but it isn't the Democrats' fault.
What's not the Democrats' fault? The 1994 crime bill, you know, Biden was the author of that. What, Jim Crow? That was that was Democrats, right? You know that who started the Ku Klux Klan? Guess who that was? The Democrats. You know who was against the Civil Rights Bill? Can you believe it? The ones that act like they marched with Dr. Martin Luther King? It was the Democrats.
Come on, don't make us...
I mean, this is like, I just read all this stuff from 1800s on. It's just so, it's documented. It's history. It's documented. You can ask Chat GPT or Google it. Google it. It's unbelievable. Like the Bible says, people perish for lack of knowledge, and it's true.
No, Kevin, look up what the Democrats had to do with the KKK. And Joe Biden recently was at the Grand Master's funeral of the KKK.
He gave a eulogy.
Yeah. Look into that.
Look at how he destroyed the country. And we're going to be going through it for a while. Are you going to stay on?
No, I was replying because Kevin said that the Democrats have nothing to do with the KKK.
They have everything to do with the KKK. Yeah. It was on your phone where is it still on there? You go to the part about the Ku Klux Klan. It left? It should be on there. It's broken down. Why don't you read it? I don't read it. It was on there.
No, just give me one second.
But it was just a little part you just said about it. Why did you say you didn't have to do that? Yeah, it's too much to read. You can go back to the video. I read it all out. But they started the Ku Klux Klan, was the Democratic Party. They wanted to keep black people enslaved. They did not even want black people to be free. It just goes on and on and on.
That's a smaller paragraph.
But you can read the paragraph because I am exhausted. It's the third live. I am exhausted. I do not feel like reading any longer.
You want me to read it?
Go ahead. You can read it loudly.
In the late 1800s and early 1900s, many Southern Democrats were aligned with the white supremacist groups, such as the Ku Klux Klan, which emerged after the Civil War to resist and suppress black rights. While the Democrat Party was never officially tied to the KKK, many of its Southern members supported segregation and benefited from the Klan's violence. And then, once the Civil Rights Movement came, they switched. But for a long time, the Democrat
They
Party.
started the Ku Klux Klan.
They started and were in support of the Ku Klux Klan, especially the Southern Democrats.
Not the Republicans like I would have thought.
Yeah, I don't know what's with the Southern Democrats, but
I'm just saying because they wanted to keep slavery alive.
Yeah.
Like they said, keep hope alive. That's what they wanted. It's terrible, like the harms and stuff that have been done to American blacks, but we still, in all of that our ancestors went through, we still living in the best country in the world. You know, so a lot has changed, and opportunities for all of us. Anything, you could become whatever you want to be. You could become an astronaut. You could become an electronic engineer, a scientist, a doctor, a lawyer. The skies are the limit.
Yeah, something else, I don't know, this is kind of a different subject, but I don't know how you could claim to be a Christian and be also a Democrat when all of what they do
The
is
party
against
has
God.
changed. It's not the same party of yesteryear. It's not the same party. But anyway, Elijah, I'm ready. Let's get off of this. You want to stay on forever. Thank you guys for joining us. God bless you. We appreciate you. And y'all take care, and we'll see tomorrow. We're probably going to upload, so look for, make sure you hit the notification so when we do upload that you'll have
Corey,
access.
that has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
Elijah, if you don't get off this live.
No, because he said you could get gunned down by cops while driving black.
By cops?
Yeah, but it has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
Yeah, well, they do stuff to black people. The immigrants, they can kick, stomp, punch, hit. Yeah, you can. You can. And that's why the Democratic Party said they was going to have an anti-hate crime bill, but they never did it because they're not really for the black community. They had the presidency, the Senate, the House for years. They were in charge 12 of the last 16 years. And prior to that. But that's not their goal. They could stop it. And cops can restrain themselves. Look at how viciously they've been attacked by illegal immigrants. Viciously attacked. They even been shot at. A couple been killed. And so they can control themselves. But when it comes to black people, they still can shoot a black person. They could be handcuffed, face on the ground, no weapon, behind their back, and they can still get away with it. That needs to change. That needs to change. And most of the time when these incidents happens, it's not that they committed a crime. This has been like a traffic stop because one of your tail lights was out, or just stuff like that. Even every one of these people haven't even been criminals. And women have been killed as well, black women. So that needs to change. That really needs to change because there is restraint and there is discipline. I was shocked when I started seeing it with illegal immigrants. They're not even citizens of this country, and they have sanctuary cities. You can't touch them. It's unbelievable. Cars are being beaten up, hit, punched, stomped, everything. Cars just destroyed. Rocks being thrown at them that could hurt and kill them. Oh, thank you. Elijah, thank you for the gift. We got a new member.
Oh, great.
God bless you.
Thank you.
WK Prosperity. Look.
Oh, yeah, they're really cool.
Oh, you know this one?
And they sent 5 out to other people, too.
Oh.
Thank you so much. God bless you.
Thank you. Oh, say their name.
WK Prospecting. Should I make them a mod?
Yeah, thanks for becoming a member. You're our second new member. I can't wait to have our membership thing. You know, it was only going to be 2 of us, but oh well, you got to start somewhere. You got to start somewhere, so God bless you. Yeah, we asked, we did a prayer your best. Like, God, oh Lord, you bless us indeed. Enlarge our territory, that your hand will be with us and go before us, that it will not bring us any harm. And God granted the prayer of Jabez. So thank you in Jesus' name. Oh, we just love you. We appreciate you. And, we're just trying to make a difference. And like Jack, I don't know if you're still on here, but it'll be okay. You're going to become a Republican. Sooner or later. One of these days you're gonna realize what we're saying. We're making sense. You're gonna realize one of these days that we are speaking the truth.
Like that guy.
You're gonna realize it. It took me a while to wake up. Trust me on that one.
That guy said that was pretty funny. He was
What?
like, Jack wants to be seen because he comes to the Trump stream every time.
Oh, well, he must like us. But anyway, you guys, this was our third stream. We did like the press secretary, Caroline Leavitt. Then we did Trump's his signing of the Fitness Act, the President's Fitness Act or whatever. And now we did this because we didn't expect Joe Biden. We was just relaxing. And we was like, oh God, I was putting pajamas on. And we was like, oh my God, we got to get this one with Joe Biden. So this wasn't even planned.
And King David 777, he's not a cool guy. He said, keep growing the channel with consistent content. People like hearing the truth.
Okay, thank you. That's what we realized, that people do like hearing the truth. Like, the truth is hard. You know, a lot of people, they get upset. You see how some of the Democrats, I never knew my party was that angry. I didn't know the Democrats were so angry. And but you need the truth. And being a Christian, you have to be honest. You know, you have to speak the truth. You can't like buckle or, you know, just you go along to get along. You know, stand on business, stand on your principles. And that's the wonderful thing about being a United States citizen, that you could vote how you want to vote. You could believe in what you want to believe in. That's your right. But when people try to impose it on other people, get angry because I didn't vote for this Democratic leader, so people are not speaking to us and all that, it's going too far, because that should be separate with friendships and relationships and family and all that. But it's becoming a thing now. So hopefully that will change. But I'm just so happy about our new member. You made my night. I'm so happy.
Thank you to Mr. Brewski.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy. Now we had 2 members in the membership. So we're gonna do something soon. We got Debbie Gossi, and now we have what is their name again? I'm gonna look. Don't worry, I will be looking at it late tomorrow because I'm kind of tired now.
Oh, WK Prospecting.
WK Prospecting.
They sent 5 out too, so there's 5 other.
Thank you so much. We can't. Well, yeah, we can't wait. I'm so excited. I'm really excited about, you know, having members. So we got 2. Well, we're going to act like we got 1,000, so it doesn't matter. We still going to do what we're going to do. So just thank you so much, and we appreciate you. And God bless everyone on here. I know people got to get up and go to work tomorrow, so I don't want to hold tomorrow Friday. So we're off. So thank you, guys. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Elijah. He's my son is wonderful. I love him so much.
I love you too much.
Yeah, he's amazing. And we're doing this together. You know, that's what I like, that this is something that we're doing together. Yeah. We were on opposite sides last election, the previous election. We was a Republican, I was a Democrat, but now we both on the same side now. So
and I'll tell you,
and we're working together.
And I'll tell you guys quickly, another special friend.
Oh, thank
Karen.
you. We got another member.
Thank you. God bless you, Karen.
Karen Leah Holland. Thank you so much.
Wow.
I am, you know, I'm so tired, but y'all just brought so much joy to me. And I'm just so happy. Thank you. Welcome to the families. Welcome to Truth's family. Thank you so much. Wow. High five. Oh, we love y'all. Thank you. Yeah, welcome to the family, y'all. Yeah, we're going to grow our community. We're going to continue to speak to you guys, and more you guys going to join. But we appreciate everyone. Thanks for giving us the likes and sharing and spending your time with us. We love y'all. It's your heart for y'all. Huh?
No, son, Jack said.
Jack's still there. Jack, when you gonna become a special friend? Oh, he's still at it. No, he like the last to leave. Yeah, our earlier stream, we had 155,000 people. Then the last stream was 120,000?
Yes.
I don't think this one will be that much because this one is late. So yeah, we already had like 500,000 people, I guess, that have joined us today. It's been a lot.
Corey's a new hater.
We got a new hater?
Yeah, Corey.
Hey!
Become a member, man.
Thanks for joining. Wouldn't be a show without you guys. So we want to hear from everyone. Just be respectful. That's all. Y'all can, say what y'all want to say. Agree to disagree. But just, try to keep it respectful.
And I'll tell you guys really quickly, when I was the Trump supporter, when my mom was a Democrat.
No, I was the real Democrat. I was out there with boots on the ground Democrat.
Yeah, me and Biden is talking now, so. But why I was supporting Trump, even though I couldn't vote, I was only 16. But why I was for Trump is because I just liked his personality. I just liked his personality and how he held himself and how he spoke to people, and he just seemed like someone that you could get behind and support. And so that's why I
thought he had lost his mind and bringing in hats in this house, and his mom is like in leadership. I'm like campaigning, I'm traveling to Washington, I'm walking around the corridors. Hey, Bernie Sanders there, this one there, that one there, everyone's there. Everybody, yeah, Andrew Yang, all of them. So, yeah, I got a lot of receipts, but all that was like kind of on my Facebook. I haven't put anything like on Instagram and all that with all the celebrities and all of the leadership that I have met with and encounter and been to events and and supported events and all of that, representing a lot of people. So I'll put it like that. I was representing like a lot of people, sometimes hundreds of thousands of people. I was like the representative.
And something else, another reason why is Trump is really funny. He had me laughing.
He real Trump. He be getting on line talking about, well, I didn't like y'all anyway. I like real. But anyway, you guys, thank you for spending time. We just being silly at this point because we tired. But thank you so much to the moderators. Thank you for our new members. We love you. We're going to be shouting you out all the time that we see you. Because they have a special color, right, and all that when they're on. So, yeah, because we want to make sure that we recognize you every time you come on. And God bless everyone. Thank you, Eric. And who else was on here? Read the moderators. I want to be like right up on there. The moderators.
Kevin, WK Prospecting, Debbie, Eric.
Yes.
Oh, I see right there.
Thank you guys so much. But we got to go. We're tired. We got to get some sleep. And y'all take care. Kiss your kids. Stay safe.